It's crazy how like YouTube after all this time, YouTube was like started what like '06 or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
probably like almost 15 years old at this point.
is still the most relevant social media platform.
Yeah, basically.
Still,
Mhm.
it's the most relevant. Like, I don't know, they just got everything down. Like people, we
Yeah.
don't even our generation like YouTube, Hulu and Netflix has a lot to do with it, like that type of shit too. But YouTube is the reason why like our generation is gonna fucking kill cable.
Yeah. Well, YouTube is like, I do think that this is like a conversation I've had with a lot of people before. It's like YouTube is the most interesting one for a very like certain reason. Like you have Facebook and Instagram and like SoundCloud and shit, and those are all good platforms for putting out things about you or whatever. But YouTube has one thing going for it that no other platform has that makes it like the most relevant for running a business, and that's the YouTube algorithm. Because like on SoundCloud you could upload like millions of songs, and that might not change anything. Like that,
Yeah.
it might work for you, it might not. But on YouTube, like literally, like say you upload like you have 10 subscribers and you just upload a million videos and like they get like a play or two on each of them. That's 2 million plays that get put into like your like cache is what it's called. It's like as a profile, as your videos get promoted, the more plays, the more watch time on them, the more they're promoted. So it's like unlike SoundCloud where like you have to just like purely be like off skill and promotion, YouTube literally will promote your shit for you. Like you can literally just upload a video, no one watches it. Upload another video, you get 1 play. Another one, you get 2 plays. And that will just snowball until eventually you're getting like hundreds of thousands of plays for just like uploading videos. It's the only platform that actually just rewards you for the true output of your content. So like if you are like a rapper, producer, a musician, just like a visual artist, a makeup person, whatever, like any kind of like content that can be viewed like in a like a video format, it's like OP. YouTube is like, it's like too good. It's actually like, it's a cheat code, I would call it. Like almost, it's so good for like marketing and just like becoming a bigger brand because literally the actual platform is like working to make you bigger. It's designed to do
sense.
that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Are you consistent on YouTube as a
Yeah,
producer?
I upload beats, 1 beat every day. That's how I make my living. I just upload YouTube beats.
Damn, one beat every day. Are you like very like strict to that too? Like,
yeah, like 1 p.m. every day, 1 beat generally. I'll have some days where I wake up at like 1 p.m. I was like mad drunk the night before or some shit. It's like, all right, I'm just not gonna do it today or whatever, or just like upload it like dummy late. But like, nah, I feel like because that's the thing about it. It's like that's the only thing I have to do. I just have to be like strict to like how I upload, and I can just like eat and pay my rent off beats. It's like might as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like you could have like a 9 to 5 job. Or you could just like sell a beat for $50 and make an entire day's worth of pay off like an hour of work of making a beat.
So how many beats do you make a day?
It varies. Like there are sometimes I know who will make like 30 beats a day. Like I'm not really on that. I'll make like 1 beat to like 3 beats every day. It kind of depends on like what mood I'm in. But because there are some producers out there who will tell you like you have to just make like a shitload of beats every day if you want to like get on. I don't agree with that. I actually kind of think like there is no amount. Like I think just however your brain works, so you should just make that many. Like also, if you want to make really simple beats, it's really easy to make like 10 a day. But if you want to go really in depth, like making 10 super in depth, complicated beats every day, you'll go fucking crazy. So you should just like whatever you're trying to go for. I think you should just have like an appropriate amount of time spent on it. Like I don't know. The music that I've been making with like Darky and Dillinger is definitely like way more just like on the spot, like on the fly music. So I would say like for between the 3 of us, we'll spend like say me and Dillinger, like an entire Christ Dillinger song that I produced, for example, I'll spend like an hour on that beat, record it in like 20 minutes, mix it in like 25, 30. So, it's like 2 hours of work for like one song. Something like Dark, it takes longer, but I think it's like just whatever you're going for, it's like just do whatever you need to do for that.
Word. So, how long have you been uploading beats to YouTube and
I've
keeping
been doing
it that consistent?
I've been doing it. So I've had 2 different channels. I had my first channel that I started. That was I ran that for like since I'm gonna say August 2017 to like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and then that channel got shut down because it got copyright claimed by just some random person. And so I started a new channel like 4 months ago. So I've been doing it consistently for like almost 2 years now.
Okay. And when did you start to see it pick up?
It took a little while. Like I started out just like I didn't start making really any money off it. Granted, I was uploading only free beats. Like the first 6 months, I didn't really make any money off it. I'd make like 50 or $100 like in a given month, like a few sales here and there. I would say that was also back then. I was just uploading like maybe one every other day, or like maybe like 3 on a Monday, and then it's like nothing the rest of the week. I didn't start doing them every day until like maybe a year ago, and a year ago is when I started picking up. I started doing it every day.
So that everyday shit is kind of really what
I
started.
think that really, honestly, like is like the move because YouTube has that algorithm. So it's like, say you only have like 10 subs, but you're getting 10 views a day. That will like eventually it'll add up. Like it'll start getting to where you might have like 10,000 total views, and even though you're only getting 10 plays on the video, that 10,000 total views will like play in your advantage. Like later down the line, like that will just like help, and that will just compound over and over again until eventually you're just like getting like thousands of plays.
And those beats continue to get views too. Like
exactly.
So they're gonna continue to build
because they're just out there.
And as you get more popular as a producer, people go back to your old beats.
Yeah, and also like YouTube production, like there is very much like other things you can do as well, like to just like get more views, like without even like doing anything cheap, like buying plays. There's like certain like, for instance, like my friend Salsa, I noticed like back when I first started like doing YouTube beats, he already had like a pretty good sized channel, like 4,000 subscribers, and he had a really big bump in his channel like a year ago because he started uploading a lot of like Sheck West type beats like right before Mobamba blew up, and that song blew up, and then something like he had all like, because there's not that many heads making YouTube beats like in the world, there's like maybe a few thousand like consistently uploading YouTube beats. So it's like, if you find an artist who's not entirely up yet and just like spam the market with their type beats before they're up, when that artist is up, guaranteed you're about to start getting way more traction. Like for me, I uploaded like one of the first Brockhampton type beats like 2 years ago, and this is back when I had like 30 subs. That video got like 10,000 plays when it first came out, like on a 30 sub channel, just because like they would then blow up like a month later, and then just it was like one of the only ones that was out at the time. So you can like really catch certain artists like before they blow up. You're gonna get like a huge response in return for that. So there's a lot of things you can do as a YouTube producer that are just keep your eyes out for like how you market your videos, like what artists are you making type beats of? Because also like, a lot of people don't really like make type beats. They'll just like make beats and then put titles on them. Yeah. So it's like, in fact, like I was kind of guilty of this for a while. I would just make beats and just put titles in like completely randomly.
You don't think you should have a balance of that though?
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know. It's like if you're trying to like emulate another artist as your style of production, then sure. But I think if you're just producing just like whatever you want, but you're making type beats, try to base what you're titling them as like kind of what you think it would be. But it's like I don't necessarily think you have to like try to make type beats as a producer. I think and that's probably other topic that we can get into like maybe later. It's like if you're a producer trying to get placements, there is certain things you can do as well that are going to be good for getting you placements. It's like in terms of what beats you're making and shit. But you don't necessarily have to like adhere to anything. You can just like make a beat that like you just make a beat, you're uploading it, you listen to it, you're like, all right, this is kind of like an injured reserve type beat. Like maybe they'd hit a beat like this. Make that the title. Just like go for it, because like you might never know, like people might hear it. I used to get a lot of comments when I first started, like people being like, yo, this is not what you're saying it is. Like I would get a lot of comments on, because I was just doing it like totally like just like up artists that I liked, especially like what it sounded like. Nowadays I just do it almost all Spider Gang heads just type beats and just like random shit like Donald Trump type beat. I just kind of got bored of like making them like actually like titled in like a regular way. But yeah, like the titles of your beats and the tags that you put in your beats like really also help.
Yeah, that was my next question. How important are the tags?
I can't give you an exact metric, but I know like for me, I got my newest channel that I started like a few months ago. I probably put like 50 tags on all my videos, and I was able to get that channel up from like 0 to like 1,000 subs in like 5 months, as opposed to like my first channel where I didn't really put many tags on. And that took like 1,000 subs probably like a whole last year of just like, or maybe even long, like a year and a half.
Okay, damn.
So yeah, I can't tell you exactly, but they're probably pretty important. I would say they are. So
you would say the majority of your traction as a producer kind of came from YouTube, sales wise.
Yes, definitely revenue wise.
If we're forgetting about the Spider Gang shit.
Yeah. Oh, but also YouTube is how I like met a lot of those heads. Like Stone Man, when I first started producing him, like he was like using my YouTube beats. That's how I found out about him, because he used one of my beats off YouTube, and I heard the song and I liked it. So it's like if I hadn't met him, I wouldn't have met Brumman and then Darky and yada yada yada. Spider Gang actually wouldn't have happened. So yeah, YouTube beats are sort of responsible for that in a weird way. Damn,
that's so crazy. So like beyond the YouTube beats, the one a day, the consistency, working the algorithm and stuff, Spider Gang and working with Darky and stuff really kind of was the biggest boost to your career.
That's been a
Kinda
much
got
bigger boost for like my actual like name. Yeah, like in terms of business, probably too. But yeah, YouTube Beats is way more like how I've paid my bills. But yeah, for just like getting my name out there and like just actually like doing work that I find like much more fulfilling, like working with other artists. Yeah, because like, sorry to anybody who's bought a beat off me from YouTube. I've heard lots of beats off my people who have bought them off my YouTube. I've heard like one I like. It's just like working with someone like Darky or someone like Christ Dillinger, like all these other Spider Gang heads, like working with them is just like millions times more fulfilling than just like uploading YouTube beats and just selling them to random heads. Like I would much, if it could be, I wouldn't even upload YouTube beats. I would just work with the homies and just like make a living doing that. But for now, it's just like the way I make a living, so that's what I'm gonna continue doing. But yeah, for just like for monetary reasons, that's why I think it's ultimately a good thing. Because like there are some people I know who like get like very attached to their beats, so they don't want to upload YouTube beats because it's like
I'm guilty of that.
It's like I don't want to like give it to some random head, and it's like I saw a Zaytoven interview like a few years ago that kind of like stuck with me, where he was just talking about like when you are early in the production game, like before you are like very up, don't even worry about it. Like you're gonna make so many beats before like you're even like really where you need to be as a producer that like you should just damn near just give them out. Because like also Heel, I started talking with Heel like a year ago. One thing that Heel told me was like say you're an artist and you put out like 1 billion songs, but only like 2 people hear each one of them. That's still 2 billion heads who have heard your music. So it's like just getting people to hop on your beats in like the early stages of your growth as a producer is way more important than like just reserving beats for really good heads. Because you at the beginning you have to just get your name somewhere. It's like you have to just find someone to even hit you. That's the hard. Then they're the hardest part of being like a producer, like in terms of like the lifetime. I'd say it's like right at the beginning when no one fucks with you, and like you have to just like really work hard to get placements. That's the most difficult period. That's where you're gonna get like the most frustrated. Once you start like getting the ball rolling with like people coming up and shit, that's when it gets easy. Then you're getting too many placements type shit. Like as soon as like you get to a certain level, then start being like, okay, now I'm gonna pull back a bit and like maybe not give out so much. But early on, I think you should really just be a whore with it. Just throw your beats all around like everywhere.
Just fucking be Oprah with the beats.
Yeah, and us just
you get a beat.
Yeah,
you
straight
get a
up.
Beat. You get a beat.